Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm here with Norma Talks. And I'm sorry I missed all of last week. I did not realize that having my teeth out was going to be such not only a horrendous affair, but that it would actually tie me up for the whole week. Um, and for those of you that are interested, I was pretty well laid up. I knew I would probably miss the Wednesday with a sore mouth. Well, yes, I had a sore mouth, but that still actually have a little bit of a sore mouth a week later. And this is just the beginning of this adventure. But what happened was they had some problems with my pulling out some back here. And one fell apart, and they had to fight finding pieces of it, which wasn't pleasant, I'll tell you. And then the last molar, which is still in there, couldn't budge it. And the pain was indescribable. So it did take me a few days, actually, even on Monday night when I usually do mental mind treatments, which I love doing. I just spent all of Monday literally asleep. And also complicating the fact my voice kind of got weird. I didn't talk in my proper voice. Anyway, I want to welcome the person who is tuned in. I'm happy to be here. And as far as I'm concerned, I know I have some more work to do. And I want to thank the people that sent me messages. I really have tried to answer them. I don't think I've answered them yet because I really haven't been sitting down to do work like that. And I also want to say, people, waiting for me to get back on, which I am. And I appreciate you if you tune into this. I'm back as far as I'm concerned. Finally got a note out saying that I was sorry that I had to not do even the mental mind treatments, but not everybody got those. Hi, Karen. Good morning. We're so happy to see you too. I'm sitting here going, oh, am I, yes, and now we've got someone else joined us. That's good. Anyway, I'm going to go on with the topic today. The topic today is the power of affirmations. Way back, and I can't even remember the year, it's so long ago, I took a 9-month course. Now, this is the course that I talk about where I ran into the love vibration that I call the love vibration, how I got into that. Now, we started out with quite a big class and they dripped away, but there were 4 of us, I think, definitely 3, maybe 4 of us that actually finished the course. During that course, we were taught some beginning of transformational work, 4 affirmations. I love me. I trust me. I am loved. I am lovable. For those that have done my transformation work, where I go in and clear passageways, the first 2 in particular, I love me and I trust me, are a part of that package that I do, because it is so important to love ourselves and it's so important to trust yourself. And the affirmation, I love me, a lot of people can't say it. And if they do, they feel funny and weird. And that the key is to clear all of those away. Loving oneself means in a way that you honor yourself, that you appreciate yourself, that you are worthy of that love. Over the years, I've added to my list, which I don't have in front of me, but I repeat it so often I know it, with lots of other words that I want to confirm with myself so that everything is working, and it gives me strength, it gives me clarity, it gives me awareness. Not that I asked for those in my affirmations, but I would if I felt that I had lost it or whatever. So what does I love me mean? Acceptance, honoring, knowing that you're worthy. And that's one of the ones I added very early when I began looking at different words. I am worthy. So often we want something. Doesn't matter whether it's material or immaterial. Doesn't matter if it's spiritual, as I'm saying, material. We have to know we're worthy of it. Or if some of you may recognize, you have sabotage programs where you sabotage everything, sabotage what's going on. I know I get that a lot of people who are wanting transformation work is they want to change that kind of element because they find that. So one of the elements that we work on is to, first of all, I like to work on having everything aligned and working together because we have a lot of systems. And even all the systems that I work with, there's always more. Everything goes into the subconscious, and we hear a lot about the subconscious. So if you can actually say out loud, I love me, and feel it inside and know that it's real for you, is that your subconscious slowly gets transformed into recognizing this as a fact, that you love yourself. So often people put everything outside, out there. I love this, I love that. And you hear often people using that word literally like confetti. I was going to nearly say spaghetti. Oh my goodness. Confetti, they throw it out, Oh, I love you. Oh, I love this. I love that. I love the other. What about self? If you don't love yourself, you're not going to honor yourself. You're not going to appreciate you and know that you do the best you can because you love you, or to go and achieve and acquire what you want because you love you, not necessarily anything else. So it's like one of the reasons I started doing these shows when COVID came along and no clientele's allowed in, no groups, no nothing. And I love to teach as much as I can. So I've been doing this ever since. Yes, it's a little isolating. Yes, it's not, but I have found people who have become friends from a distance because they're regulars. And it's the regulars that I've heard back on. And I'm working to create and hopefully be able to get things moving back into a place where, maybe doing some extra workshops and things like that. But we'll see what happens as we go on. I've got this teeth thing going to go on for a wee while. So that's going to be interesting. So when we love me, when we can say, I love me, and you know what I used to do, and you won't see it all because I'm sitting down at a table, but I put my hand, and remember this arm doesn't go up properly. I up on my head and say, I love me. I put my hands here. I'd say, I love me. Put my hands, like in my belly, I love me. On my hips, I love me. My knees, I love me. Ankles, feet. Because you might love me here, but not here. Or you may love me everywhere except your feet, but you walk on the earth. So it's like we need to utilize that to clear out, because whatever comes up, what thought comes up, like I used to get, no, you don't. When I got onto some of my longer chains that I was working on, no, you don't. So what do you do with that? Well, most of you are familiar with my freeze, evaporate, replace. Well, I have a little bucket outside, and I would take that little phrase and I would put it in there, and then I would send it off to, with a little bit of love, by the way, a little bit of love, and I'd send it off into the skies to just dissipate. I would release it because it's not what I wanted. I didn't want, I wanted to feel that loving element for everything I wanted to do, everything where I was heading, everything where I was going, all of those things. I wanted it working. So different parts, but you might want to experiment this. It's really quite interesting to find out. You might love yourself here, but not here, or on your knees. I have hereditary knee issues. And sometimes my knees don't love me at all. They're like, no, we're not loving ourselves today. So, it's like we can put a little bit of love in it. And love is a feeling. No matter what you read, see, or whatever, you will feel it. It's like bringing in that universal love inside, and there I am. Here I am. I love me. I find, for me, I've used them over the years, and I find it's something that I run through. I have a little list. And Excuse me. And by the way, if you wanted my big long list, it's quite long. It's on one sheet of paper, a little less than that, actually, probably. I'm always willing to send it to anyone. If you send me the email, I can send it to you. So, okay, I love me is number one and primary. You need to love oneself. And I love me needs to be in there. And what a little section of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 every day, just sitting down, running again. Saying the words are important, but also checking to see what opposes them. That's your true power there. What's opposing that? Because a lot of people say a lot of things and I really like that. I say this, that, and the other, but they don't ever look to see what's opposing it. What is what is coming up inside and saying, oh, no, you don't. Or I don't believe you. You have a little voice in there that says things. Just a second. My voice is, it's been kind of cracky since I went to the dentist. And it doesn't seem to last very long. So let me just be a natural person. Say, I've got an issue here. Trying to clear this frog away. Now, we want to move on to number 2. And I'm sorry if I scratch your voice, but it'll clear. I'm sure it will. I want it to clear, so it will clear. The second one is I trust me. Now, what does that really mean? I trust me. It means that. It means you trust yourself. When, as I said earlier, you begin to work on the one affirmation, you're looking for what opposes it. The little voice that says, no, you don't. Or, who do you, I had a little voice that used to say, almost forgot about it till this minute, actually, who do you think you are? I don't know where, I think somebody in my family used to say that at times, so way back when I was little, like, who do you think you are? Do as you're told, kind of thing. Anyway, what the main thing here is, we've got I love me. Yes. Now I trust me. Now, this is one when I'm doing the transformation work for people, it's the second stage. No, it's the third stage. Sorry. It's actually the kind of last one is to how to trust. First, we want to get everything aligned. Then we want to get the I love me in the different parts. And then I trust me. Like loving oneself, you can love over here and not love there. You can trust over here and not trust there. And it's about learning how to begin to really, I haven't got the word down here, honoring yourself by trusting you. There's a world out there with everyone saying, I've got the way, this is it, this is, what works or what doesn't work. And yes, we listen to that, but we've got to trust our instinct. We got to trust, is this for me? I think when we're younger, we kind of take things as what people say as fact. I've been very fortunate in being, and I'm going to use the word led by my hidden teachers, guides and things like that let me know. I haven't always listened. And when I haven't listened, that has been a little more disastrous. So when I say I trust me, I trust what I get, what I have in my heart. And then, of course, it's always, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to do this or do I not? I have started things, and I've talked about this before. I went to learn astrology, and I worked in an astrology bookstore. So working in the astrology bookstore, I could attend these classes. 3 years. I studied with the best teachers of the times that came into town because the bookstore brought them in. I was their tarot person. After 3 years, I had to admit I don't have the brain for astrology. I just don't have the brain. My husband did. My daughter did. My son took a different track. in his life, which is fine. But the interesting thing is, my husband, when he really got into his astrology, got in the Eastern way. My daughter stood more in a traditional way, a little bit different, but in a traditional way. But my brain, and that's when I totally accepted I was an intuitive psychic person. And even though I have a good brain, I like to think that anyway. I like my brain, actually. It does lots of interesting things over the years, led me in many different paths. I'm an explorer in a way. Well, I explored for 3 years to try and figure out how to do astrology. And of course, during that time, they came out with computer programs. Not that I ever owned one, but still, I can assess things because I had 3 years of training from very, very good teachers. So it finally had to come down to trusting myself, who I was, that I was an intuitive, that I was psychic, and that my tarot cards worked well with what I wanted to do. And of course, all the whole time I was taking these classes, I was reading for tarot, and that led me actually onto a TV show in Vancouver, BC.